What has the Lord been on you about changing in your life that you've kind of been in this place like, I don't know if I should be doing that because I've never done that before. I've always done it this way, or I feel like I'm only qualified to do this. Maybe I misheard him. Well, maybe you didn't. Maybe the Lord is saying, because the age is changing, because I am returning, I'm needing you to step into your authority. And I'm needing you to go here. Will you go? I know that you've done it this way, but will you govern the state of California? I know you've always been on Facebook and these platforms. Will you shut it down and plow something that's dry, that's hard, that's not plowed? Will you start over and fertilize it? Yes, Lord, I will. Will you teach finances? I know you're preaching about my return, Lauren, but will you start preaching about economics and finances and start teaching them that they are the head and not the tail? Yes, Lord, I will. So things are changing, and it's okay. The seasons are changing. I said at church last night, we had a very hard night last night at church. For those new following me, I belong to the North Georgia Revival, Christ Fellowship Church. We are in revival. My pastors are Pastor Todd and Karen Smith. Been there 5 years. Before that, I was with Pastor Jensen Franklin. And I believe, and I've said this too, it's very important who you follow or who you listen to that feeds you. It's very important that you know where they came from. It's very important that they're traceable. I've always said that. I believe that. If you can't trace who's speaking life into you, the gospel into you, I would be cautious, because you don't know who they're under. You don't know who's had their ear. You don't know if there's any accountability in their life personally, right? By just looking through a screen. You need to know where they came from. So I came out of Pastor Jensen Franklin's church. That's Free Chapel in Gainesville, Georgia. That's where my husband and I rededicated our lives, and he came out of addiction. After my baptism, I was radically thrown into the urge to preach. And so I started preaching to whoever would hear me. COVID happened and the church shut down for a season. But while we were in waiting, I heard that there was a revival. Signs, miracles, and wonders were breaking out at this church in Dawsonville. Well, we lived in the middle. We lived right next to Free Chapel, but we also lived maybe 15, 20 minutes away from Dawsonville, this church. It took a while for our friend who previously was with us at Free Chapel. He kept telling us about it to check it out. What is that floating in my face? And we did. And we never left. The Lord called us to that church. We have been serving that church. My husband serves the pastor and his wife there. I serve wherever I can, as long as Rev 22 in this ministry. The time that I went up to New York, to help out. So we've been there, and we've been under that accountability, that stewardship, and that education. We are children of revival, and I always like to say that Jensen cleaned the fish, cleaned us pretty clean, but we needed to be taught. And Pastor Todd and Karen trained up and taught, discipled us, discipled the fish. You can be clean and have no wisdom. You can be clean and have no maturity. So you need to be in a place of discipleship. So they need to be traceable.